Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name's Alex Brasky, here to bring you another exciting Section 5 football matchup on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. Today's game features the Avon Braves taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish here at Avon High School. Irish hold a record of 1-1. First and foremost, we'd like to thank our sponsor. Would not be able to bring you all of the high school sports broadcasts that we're able to here on the Daily News YouTube channel. Should be an exciting game here between the Braves and the Irish. So first, we'd like to thank our scoreboard sponsor for today's broadcast, Casella Waste. Casella, your #1 service provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Whether you need residential or commercial, pick up at your house, a dumpster or roll-off service for your place of business, call Casella Waste for the best rates and service around. Casella, always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 today for a quote. Also, the Livingston County Supervisors, we are proud supporters of our local student athletes. Visit their website or Facebook page for upcoming information for Livingston County area businesses, residents, and visitors. Livingston County celebrating 200 years. To learn more about the history, visit www.livingstoncounty.us. Also, Remedy Staffing is a full-service staffing agency that matches applicants with jobs in Livingston and Genesee County. Remedy recruits for local businesses offering temporary, temp-to-hire, and direct hire jobs in manufacturing, including entry-level, clerical, or skilled roles. If you are a Livingston County resident, call 585-226-6090. If you reside in Genesee County, dial 585-219-4096 for more information. Also, Zambito Realty. Whether you're in the market for a home, commercial property, farmland, or investment property, Zambito Realtors is the right choice for you. Contact one of their experienced agents to get started today. You'll find their agents friendly and courteous and always willing to assist you in finding the property that meets your needs. Located in the heart of Medina, you can reach them on their Facebook page, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Zambito Realtors, or online at zambitorealtors.com. Or you can also dial 585-798-9898. Also, T.F. Brown's Restaurant in Batavia, 214 East Main Street, is the same location that housed the Mancuso family's first venture into the food business in 1930 and has been the home of T.F. Brown's for over 25 years. Whether you're looking for a great place for lunch or dinner, a place to relax and enjoy a beverage, or a place to hold any type of party or get-together, T.F. Brown's is ready to meet your needs and budget. Also, Mancuso Real Estate, proudly serving Batavia and Genesee County since 1911. Mancuso Real Estate is a full-service commercial and residential real estate brokerage firm. Call 345-1000 to let Rick Mancuso and Mike Sisson help you succeed. Also, George & Swede Sales and Service is a full-service equipment dealership located in Pavilion, New York. Established in 1983, George & Swede has been providing exceptional sales, rentals, parts, and service in the Western New York area for over 35 years. Call or visit George & Swede at 7155 Big Tree Road in Pavilion, 585-584-3425, or log on to www.georgeandswede.com. Whether you need excavators, wheel loaders, trailers, rollers, or skid steers, George & Swede has the equipment you need, including Yanmar compact construction equipment. Also, BlueDumpster.com. Are you in need of next-day service with reasonable rates? Contact BlueDumpster.com. Their roll-off dumpster service is family-owned, and they stand behind their service. Visit Blue Dumpster on their Facebook page or website, www.bluedumpster.com, or call 585-768-7806. With next-day service, convenient credit card billing, and upfront pricing, Blue Dumpster believes you'll be more than satisfied with what they offer. Visit www.bluedumpster.com today. Also, Bubba's Landscape in Leroy. Contact Bubba's for all your residential and commercial lawn treatment needs. You will spend less time on lawn care and more time doing things you love. Call now for an estimate, 585-768-6578. That's Bubba's Landscape in Leroy. Also, Lathan Tree Service, value-based tree care for their customers. Find out why thousands of customers have entrusted Lathan Tree Service by calling 585-768-2278 or find them on the web at www.lathantree.com. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer selling a full range of tractors, zero-turn mowers, the world's fastest mower, and are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Check out their website at www.empiretractor.com or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds on Route 5 in Batavia. Also, be sure to check out our player of the game coming up at the end of today's contest. Brought to you by Casella Waste. Casella, always putting your waste to work. A few updates from this week. A few games have been either postponed or canceled due to COVID-19 and other issues. Lions, not enough players to field a team against Alexander. They were forced to COVID-19 issues, and that game either canceled or postponed against Bolivar Richburg. Be sure to check out Inside High School Sports every Thursday at 7 p.m. on the Batavia Daily News Facebook page. This week it will be posted at 8:30 p.m., which should be just about when we're wrapping up here at Avon. This week we feature the Oakfield, Alabama Elba football team, which has begun the season at 2-0. Also, be sure to log on to the dailynewsonline.com as well as the LCN.com for all pregame and postgame coverage of Fall 2 high school sports. Our live stream schedule continues tomorrow with a doubleheader, beginning with Oakfield, Alabama Elba taking on Canisteo Greenwood at 3 p.m., followed by the nightcap Batavia versus Section 6 foe Burgard at 6:30 p.m. Both games. So here we are at Avon getting set to go, both teams being introduced. And it does seem as if we're having a bit of connection issues. Not a surprise here at Avon, but hopefully those end and we're able to get through this game with a clear connection. It is a little bit poor weather, and sometimes that does affect things here using our Verizon hotspot. So hoping for the best here from Avon High School. And here is the national anthem. All right, we're getting set for kickoff here between the Braves and the Irish. The weather, it's cold. It's a little bit windy here at Avon High School. You see the snow surrounding the field. The Avon grounds crew just did a phenomenal job clearing the way for this one to begin on time after a afternoon snow squall pushed its way through Genesee, Livingston, Orlean, and Wyoming counties. But we're ready to go here at Avon High School. Before we get going, we'd also like to thank the Avon School Administration for getting us set here inside the press box at Avon High School. And once again, my name is Alex Brasky, excited to take you through another exciting edition of live high school sports on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. Should be a good one here. Defending champion Notre Dame going up against 2-0 Avon. The Irish suffered their first loss of the season last week to Calmon Byron Burgeon, and the loss wasn't all they suffered in that game, as starting quarterback McCulley, now out. Finera, gets his first start under center for the Irish. A sophomore able to Finera in at quarterback. Maybe you see a few growing pains here with him. Start here at the varsity level. We'll see able to manage here tonight. A junior running back, also a junior quarterback, Andrew Rowland, do good work for this Avon team. And speaking with Coach Andy Englert recently, he's just worried about this team and protecting the football, avoiding turnovers and making sure their drives finish either in the end zone or by their own hand rather than providing the other team with short fields. That's been a struggle for them in the early going. So once again, I do apologize if in the early going. So once again, I do apologize if usually a recipe for disaster out here on the. We're hoping to get through this one. Here come the Braves onto the field, ready to kick it away. So here we go. Braves set to kick it off to the Irish. A banged up Irish team, as Alonzo Story and Anthony Zambito are back to receive the kick. Carson Williams set to kick it away for the Braves. Here we go. 2-0 Avon, 1-1 Notre Dame. Set to battle it out here at Avon High School. The kick is away. Fielded by the Irish. Zambito receives it, able to take it up across the 30-yard line. So that's where the Irish will begin their first drive of the game, 11:51 in this first quarter. 1st and 10 for Notre Dame. As I said before, Finera in his first start at quarterback for Notre Dame. You also might see a mix of something we haven't seen much of in the past from this Notre Dame team, a big body in the backfield. Aiden Sisson, number 60, lined up in the backfield during warm-ups. So we'll see if he's involved at all this evening. Beginning the game in the backfield, Dylan Warner and Cody Henry behind Finera, and a flag comes out. Not a good start for the Irish, a false start. So that's going to set them back to a 1st and 15. Not a good start for Notre Dame here. It's certainly a cold one here at Avon, although we're in the press box, which we're very grateful for, a heated press box. Still, bitter cold wind coming in through the window. Can only imagine what the players and coaches and officials are dealing with on the field. So here's Warner and Henry behind Finera under center. Story and Mark Sanders Jr. on the outside. The handoff goes to the far side. Not much there. Nolan Clare on the stop. It's going to bring up a 2nd, and we'll keep it at 15. And we'll change it to 14. So just getting going here as the unbeaten Braves are hosting the Irish. Braves coming off wins over Calmon, Byron Burgett, and Alexander. Alexander, the Class D runner-up last year, so 2 pretty good wins for the Braves to begin the season. Fanera hit as he tried to hand the ball away. He was able to get it away. Like I said, hit immediately. Avon able to get right through. As it was Henry on the carry. Michael Thompson on the stop for the Braves. So a loss of 2. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 16 for the Irish. So that penalty set the Irish back, and they really haven't done much to get the yardage back, as a minimal gain on first down and a loss there sets them up with a 3rd and long here. Henry and Warner in the backfield once again. Sanders Jr. and Story on the outside. Fanera takes the snap. Tried to flip it to Warner. Ball's on the ground. Warner comes up with it. And he's driven back by a host of Avon tacklers. My goodness. A questionable start for Notre Dame here, as it's now going to bring up 4th and 24. My goodness, not a good start for Notre Dame. Good start if you're Avon, though, as you've set the Irish back, and now they'll look to punt it away. And Avon was in there with pressure, a little bit of contact. Henry, the punter for Notre Dame, went down. No call for roughing the punter, as the official signaled that the ball was tipped. So Avon's going to take over with a 1st and 10 with beautiful field position here at about the Notre Dame 26-yard line. Once again, we'd like to remind you this broadcast brought to you by our scoreboard sponsor, Casella Waste, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster, or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste for the best rates and service around. Casella, always putting your waste to work. So here's Avon. Rowland takes the snap, hands it off. And a big gain for the Braves on 1st down. And that's going to be a 1st down for Avon. Thomas Welch, the big gain for the Braves.
That will be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
So 1st and goal now from the 7 for Avon. Handoff right up the gut.
Handoff up the middle to number 22, Xavier Rivera.
Xavier Rivera on the carry, a junior running back for this Braves team. And now,
2-yard line, 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from the 2. Braves looking to punch it in early here. Rowland takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Welch. So that's going to bring up 3rd and about a foot until pay dirt for the Braves. Rowland under center now. Rivera in the backfield. Rowland takes it himself. Rivera pushing the pile. And he's in. Rowland for the touchdown. So Avon on the board early in this one. 8:01 to go in this first quarter. Braves lead 6-0. And on for the point after. It's up, and it's good. Carson Williams puts it in, and the Braves now lead 7-0. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors for today's broadcast. We already mentioned Casella Waste. The Livingston County Board of Supervisors, proud to support the return of youth sports. Also, Remedy Staffing, hiring for all shifts. Berkshire Hathaway, Zambito Realtors. Also, TF Brown's Restaurant in Batavia. Mancuso Real Estate. Let Rick Mancuso and Mike Sisson help you succeed. Georgian Swede Sales and Service in Pavilion, New York, now selling the latest Yanmar construction equipment. BlueDumpster.com, affordable rates and fantastic service. Bubba's Landscape in Leroy. Spend less time on lawn care and more time doing the things you love. Lathan Tree Service in Leroy, complete tree care, free estimates, and a fully insured business. Empire Tractor in Batavia, right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds on Route 5. Stay tuned for our athlete of the game to be awarded near the end of this one. Looks like Rowland has a leg up in the race for athlete of the game. Also, 2 score updates. Alexander versus Lions canceled due to forfeit this week, while York Pavilion and Bolivar Richburg canceled due to COVID-19 concerns. A bunch of games going on throughout Section 5 and the local area. So we'll try to provide some updates for you during this one. 8:01 to go. Braves kick it away for the second time today. It's a ground ball fielded by Zambito, who just takes it out of bounds near the 30-yard line, and that's where Notre Dame's drive will begin. So not a good start for the Irish, a wonderful start if you're a Braves fan, as the Irish couldn't even seem to get the ball on the exchange on that last drive. So a big-time struggle for the Irish in the early going. We'll see if they can rebound here on their second possession of the game. Sanders Jr. and Story split out wide. It's now Warner at fullback with Henry deep in the backfield. Venera under center, takes the snap, turns around, hands it to Henry, tries to juke a tackler in the backfield, doesn't get far, a flag comes flying in. So we'll see what the flag is. Holding on the Irish. So that's going to set them back to about a 1st and 20 here. So the struggles continue for Notre Dame. A holding call. And it is. It's going to be 1st and 20 for the Irish now. So the Irish will line it up again. Story on the near side. Sanders Jr. round. Fakes the handoff, rolls out, looking to throw. Instead, he'll take it himself near the sideline. A good gain here for Venera near the original line of scrimmage.
That's a quarterback number 11, James Venera. It goes for 9 yards. It'll set up a second down and 11.
We'll call it about a 2nd and 11 here. And a good gain for Venera there. So the first positive play for Notre Dame. And we'll see if they can get the ball rolling here. Henry deep in the backfield. Warner at fullback. Venera under center. Sanders Jr. on the near side. Venera looking to throw. Under pressure, avoiding pressure. A big hit laid by Venera, but the tackle made by Welch.
Making the stop with number 7, Thomas Welch.
So no gain there.
3rd and 12.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 12 now for the Irish. So Venera looking to throw there, but couldn't find the time. That's been a struggle in the early going for Notre Dame. Really, no protection thus far, just allowing, Avon to penetrate at will here. The Irish to the line. Venera under duress. Gets it away. Sanders Jr. off his hands. Incomplete. 4th and 12 coming up for the Irish. We'll see if they decide to punt it away, which they likely will. About 6.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter, excuse me. Henry back deep to punt it away. Welch set to return it for Avon. Ball on the ground. Henry has to fall on it. And disaster strikes once again for the Irish. Avon set to take over at the Notre Dame 6-yard line. So certainly not much to write home about for Notre Dame in the early going here. Avon on the doorstep of increasing their lead to 2 possessions. Rowland out of the shotgun. Welch beside him. The snap. Rowland takes it up the middle. Henry there for the tackle for Notre Dame. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal now. Hit it from about the 1-yard line. Near the goal line and a touchdown. Braves are in. Thomas Welch crosses the goal line. And Avon well on its way here, ahead 13-0. 5:59 remaining in this first quarter. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. Williams once again good on the PAT. It's now 14-0. We'll be right back after a short break. All right, so here we go. Braves set to kick it away once again, already leading 14-0. It's been a dominant start to this game for the Braves. Notre Dame's going to have to get this turned around in a hurry if they hope to be competitive in this one. Braves a quality team, likely looking to make a statement here against the defending champions. Williams set to kick it away. Story and Zambito set to return for Notre Dame. Williams gets it in the air to Story, rolling behind him. He has to retreat, but he tracks it down, able to evade a few tacklers and work his way near the 15-yard line, up to the 17, where Notre Dame will begin their drive. Holden Volpe in on the tackle for the Braves. So Notre Dame calls for a timeout to talk things over. That's their first timeout of this half. Once again, we'd like to thank Casella Waste your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste for the best rates and service around. Casella, always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 today for a quote. Also, the Livingston County Supervisors. We are proud supporters of our local student athletes. Visit our website or Facebook page for upcoming information for our Livingston County area businesses, residents, and visitors. Livingston County, celebrating 200 years. To learn more about the history, visit www.livingstoncounty.us. So here we go. Irish set to begin their drive from their own 17-yard line. Looks like a new quarterback is in there for Notre Dame. Maybe a wildcat formation as Mark Sanders Jr. takes the snap, runs it to the left, and he's brought under tackle after a short gain. It's going to bring up, let's call it second and about 9. So Sanders Jr. in there to take that snap. We'll see if Notre Dame sticks with that or goes back to Fanara here. It does look like Sanders Jr. once again out of the shotgun. Sisson now in the backfield for Notre Dame. The snap to Sanders Jr. Handoff to Warner. He's met at the line of scrimmage and nothing much there for the Irish. Third down coming up. So Notre Dame trying something different here, but finding the same results. It appears Cody Henry on the sideline getting some type of massage to his neck. We'll keep an eye on that, see if he comes back out for offense or defense. Sanders Jr. takes a snap, fakes it to Warner, met in the backfield, driven back. And a big tackle there made by Nolan Clare. So fourth down and about 13 coming up for Notre Dame.
That was a quarterback keeper by number 5, Mark Sanders.
And another timeout called by the Irish. Their second in just a matter of minutes. And we'd like to thank a few more of our sponsors here. Of course, Remedy Staffing, a full-service staffing agency that matches applicants with jobs in Livingston and Genesee County. Remedy recruits for local businesses offering temporary, temp-to-hire, and direct-hire jobs in manufacturing, including entry-level clerical or skilled roles. If you are a Livingston County resident, call 585-226-6090. If you reside in Genesee County, dial 585-219-4096 for more information. Also, whether you're in the market for a home, commercial property, farmland, or investment property, Zambito Realtors is the right choice for you. Contact one of their experienced agents to get started today. You'll find their agents friendly and courteous and always willing to assist you in finding the property that meets your needs. Located in the heart of Medina. And we're back to action here as Notre Dame set to punt it away. But a quick stoppage as Avon coach Andy Englert jogs his way across the field. It's the fastest I've seen Coach Englert move in quite some time. There's the snap to Story off the side of his foot. And doesn't get far, not even to the 25. And it comes to rest. Braves once again with phenomenal field position. So we'd also like to thank T.F. Brown's Restaurant in Batavia, 214 East Main Street, the same location that housed the Mancuso family's first venture into the food business in 1930. And has been the home of T.F. Brown's for over 25 years. Whether you're looking for a great place for lunch or dinner, a place to relax and enjoy a beverage, stop in to T.F. Brown's. So here are the Braves. Welch beside Rowland in the backfield. Braves already leading 14-0. Ball's on the ground. Rowland's able to come back up with it. We'd also like to thank Mancuso Real Estate, proudly serving Batavia and Genesee County since 1911. Mancuso Real Estate is a full-service commercial and residential real estate brokerage firm. Call 345-1000 to let Rick Mancuso and Mike Sisson help you succeed. So Avon with the hurry up here. Rowland out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looks to hand it off. Instead, decides to throw. Going deep to Welch. Diving catch. We'll see. But no, he's out of bounds. Incomplete. Wow, that would have been quite the play from Thomas Welch. But incomplete as he came down out of bounds. Wow, my voice couldn't stand the test of time there. My apologies for that. That would have been quite the play, as I said before. 3:07 to go here in the first. Avon out of the shotgun, looking to hurry things up once again. Rowland looking for the hard count here. Can't get the Irish to jump. And he'll look to the sideline for the call. And a flag has come out, much to the pleasure of the Notre Dame faithful in attendance. And we'll see what the call is here. I believe it's for delay of game, but Avon arguing that there was no count before the penalty was called. So a timeout called. Who was that timeout called by? Avon calls the timeout. Their first of this half. That will allow us to thank a few more of our sponsors. George and Swede Sales and Service. Whether you need excavators, wheel loaders, trailers, rollers, or skid steers, George and Swede has the equipment you need, including Yanmar compact construction equipment. For over 50 years, Yanmar has been committed to bringing you powerful fuel-sipping engines and relentless innovation, providing equipment to withstand even the toughest working conditions, and a 4-year, 4,000-hour warranty on all excavators. Also, BlueDumpster.com. Are you in need of next-day service with reasonable rates? Contact BlueDumpster.com. Their roll-off dumpster business is family-owned, and they stand behind their service. Visit Blue Dumpster on their Facebook page or website, www.bluedumpster.com, or call 585-768-7806. So Rowland out of the shotgun, out of the timeout, called by the Braves. Avon to continue its drive here. Rowland looking to throw, rolling to his left side, complete, just before falling out of bounds. And that pass complete to Anthony Woodworth, a senior wide receiver for this Avon team. It's going to be 4th and 5. My apologies on the down and distance. First time I've let that slide by here tonight. 4th and 5 coming up for Avon, and a big, big play for the Irish defense as the kicker is out. Carson Williams looking to make the long field goal. Williams, it's up. And it's good. Williams drills the field goal from 38 yards, and the Braves increase their lead. It's now 17-0. We'd also like to thank Bubba's Landscape. Contact Bubba's for all your residential and commercial lawn treatment needs. You will spend less time on lawn care and more time doing things you love. Call now for an estimate, 585-768-6578. Also, Lathan Tree Service. Since 1971, Lathan's mission has never changed, and that's to provide top-quality, value-based tree care for our customers. Find out why thousands of customers have entrusted Lathan Tree Service by calling 585-768-2278 or finding them on the web at www.lathantree.com. And last but not least, Empire Tractor in Batavia, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is also proud to sell Dixie Choppers zero-turn mowers, the world's fastest mower, and are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Check out their website at www.empiretractor.com or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds on Route 5 in Batavia. So here we go. Avon set to kick it away once again. Their latest score, a 38-yard field goal from Carson Williams. And that one is away. A beautiful kick to Alonzo Story, who takes it near the sideline, evading tacklers, but eventually brought down. And it looks like it was Holden Volpe, a senior, on the tackle for the Braves. So 1st and 10 coming up for Notre Dame in reasonably good field position, especially with respect to what they've experienced thus far in this one. It's been a slog for the Irish thus far. They've struggled getting the ball on the exchange. They've struggled to move the ball. They struggled with the snap on the punt. They've struggled with penalties. It's just been one to forget in the early going for Notre Dame. And as you see in there now, Jimmy Fanera back in at quarterback as he sends Tony Zambito in motion. And the handoff goes to Zambito, but he's chased down right near the line of scrimmage. Not much, if anything, there for the Irish. This Avon defense, boy, is it tough. So we're inside 2 minutes to go now. 17-0, Braves lead. It's now going to be a 2nd and 11 coming up for the Irish. Shotgun snap to Fanera, looking to throw, gets it out to Story on the swing pass. Able to find room, fighting his way up near the 40-yard line, brought down by Lucas Finlay.
That stop was by number 62, Lucas Finley. That'll set up a 3rd down and 1.
So 3rd and 1 coming up for Notre Dame, the closest that they've had to a 1st down here. We'll see if they can convert on 3rd and short. I would expect you'll see a run up the middle here from the Irish. Sisson back on the sideline, so not the heavy package that you saw at one point. But you do have Warner there beside Fanera in the shotgun. So 3rd and 1 for Notre Dame. Bad snap, tips it to Warner, does Fanera, and they didn't get it. So a bad snap, tipped by Fanera into the hands of Warner, and that's going to be a loss of 1. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2. And we're inside 30 seconds to go. We'll see if the Irish decide to hold for the beginning of the 2nd quarter, and it looks like they will. So we're going to head to the 2nd. It's just been a dominant performance from the Avon defense, not allowing Notre Dame's backup quarterback and offense to do much of anything here. We'd also like to remind you that this game brought to you by Casella Waste. And we'll take a quick break here with the Braves leading 17-0 as we head to the 2nd quarter.
Avon will take over on down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line.
All right, so apologies for that, folks. It looked like our stream went down for about a second, but I believe we're back here. All you missed was Notre Dame failing on the 4th and 2. So now it's going to be Avon ball here. 5 seconds have gone off the clock in the second quarter. So after the brief outage, Avon's going to take over for another possession here. And the handoff goes to Welch. He's up the sideline, brought down in the secondary by Mark Sanders Jr., but not before a big gain from Thomas Welch. First down for the Braves.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line of Batavia, Notre Dame.
So Avon knocking on the door once again. Rowland in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands to Welch. Nice tackle there.
Number 7, Thomas Welch.
Looked like it was Eric Ricks Jr. in on the tackle for Notre Dame.
Number 68.
Also Aiden Sisson in on the stop for the Irish. So it's now going to be 2nd and about 6 for the Braves. Nearing the end zone. Ball on the ground. Rowland scoops it up, but he's stopped in the backfield. Donato Fiorentino in the backfield there for the stop for the Irish, trying to stand tall here as it brings up a 3rd and, we'll keep it at 3rd and 6. Rowland trying the hard count once again. Can't get the Irish to jump. Welch changes sides in the backfield. Play clock winding down here. Rowland takes the snap, going deep to the corner of the end zone. It's thrown short and in front of its intended target. Looked like Dylan Smith was the man awaiting the pass from Rowland, but it's broken up by Tony Zambito. So Williams back on for another field goal attempt here. This one a bit shorter than his last make. This one from about 28 yards. Ball on the ground and a flag comes in. I think it's going to be too many men on the field for the Braves. We'll see what the call is. Coach Joe Zambito for Notre Dame pleading for a too many men in the huddle call. Officials discussing things here, a long discussion. We'll see what the call is. Not sure what could be taking so long here. But the official emerges and picks up the flag and waves it off. So no flag.
The flag has been picked up. No penalty on the play.
So Williams will reset for the field goal attempt from about the 16-yard line. Williams' kick is up. And it is wide right. So no good on that field goal. And about the 27-yarder, so Notre Dame is going to take over here. 10:03 to go in this first half. It's a cold one here at Avon High School, no doubt about that. Even inside a heated press box, feeling the bitterness coming in from the outside. And as I said before, you can only imagine what these players are dealing with. I think a lot of them expected spring football to, actually take place in the spring. Not the dead of winter as it seems like it is out here tonight. So a huge break for the Irish, a missed field goal for the Braves. Not great field position, but near their own 20-yard line is where the Irish will begin their drive. Fanera takes the snap, hands it off. Warner is met in the backfield Welch on the tackle, and a little pushing and shoving after that one. As Welch a little bit excited to make that stop, and who can blame him? The Braves are rolling in this one. One surprise on this Notre Dame offense, but past 2 weeks, you haven't seen much Cody Henry in the backfield. You saw him to start the game, but haven't seen him since. Usually a big part of this team, but maybe an injury or something else. Is Warner able to break through? Dylan Warner nearing a first down and the 30-yard line, and some pushing and shoving behind the play, getting a little chippy here. So 3rd and 3 as I fall behind on the down and distance once again. So 3rd and 3 inside 9 minutes to go in this first half. Notre Dame trying to find any semblance of offensive momentum here. Notre Dame making its way to the line with Fanera under center. Fanera takes the snap, turns around, fakes the handoff. Now looking to go deep. Sanders Jr., a one-handed catch. What a grab. Mark Sanders Jr., and that's a first down for the Irish. Boy, oh boy, you might see that on the ESPN Top 10 later. What a catch from Mark Sanders Jr. on the throw from Fanera. Notre Dame on the move, and just like that, if the Irish can find a way to find the end zone here, they'll find their way back into this ball game. 1st and 10 for Notre Dame inside 8 minutes to go in this first half from the Braves 40. See if Notre Dame continues to go to the air here. Fanera under center. Takes the snap, turns around, pitches it to Warner. But he's brought down in the backfield. In on this stop, number 1, William Greenwood, a junior linebacker.
It'll now be 2nd down and 15 after the 5-yard loss.
So a loss on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd and long here, about a 2nd and 15 for Notre Dame. And just like that, after the long completion to Sanders Jr., things looking bleak for Notre Dame once again. So 2nd and 16, or 15, excuse me. And Fanera is going to take this one out of the shotgun. Fanera takes the snap, looking to throw to Zambito, a little bit high, and it falls incomplete. Adam Mariani in on the coverage for the Braves. So 3rd and 15 now coming up for Notre Dame. Snap to Fanera in the shotgun, going deep once again. And it falls incomplete. So that's going to bring up a 4th and long for Notre Dame. 6:21 to go here in this first half. And an update on Cody Henry. It appears as if he's on the sideline in a hoodie now. So his day may be done. Another big loss for this Notre Dame team who already came in banged up. Here are the Irish to punt it away. Story. Not a great punt as it rolls inside the 30, near the 20, before it's downed by the Irish. So 6:10 in this first half now, and Braves are going to take over once again, already leading 17-0. Rowland out of the shotgun, takes the snap. On the run is Welch near the 30-yard line and close to a first down. Second and 1 coming up for the Braves now. Rowland takes the snap, able to break free into the secondary close to the 40-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds by a number of Irish tacklers. Clock will continue to wind. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Braves. Rowland in the backfield takes the snap, handoff to Welch. Able to break a tackle, but a flag comes in behind the play in the area of holding. And it's a holding call on the Braves. So a break here for Notre Dame as the Braves are set back. So 1st and 22 coming up for Avon. Rowland takes the snap. Excuse me for my camera work. Flip on the reverse. And up the sideline. And he breaks a tackle down the sideline. Roman Volpe into the end zone. And I believe he stepped out of bounds before crossing the goal line. And we have an injured Notre Dame player down on the field. So he did indeed step out of bounds. And an injured Notre Dame player down on the field. I believe it's Mark Sanders Jr. So the trainers are on, and that means we're going to take a quick break here from Avon High School. So after the injury, Sanders Jr. was helped off the field, was unable to walk. He was carried off the field, so we hope the best for Mark Sanders Jr., but Avon's going to have the ball here, first and goal from about the 5. Rowland brought down in the backfield. Warner in there on the tackle. So second and goal from about the 8. About 4:20 to go here in this first half. Handoff up the middle. Ball came out. But Avon able to fall on it. That's going to bring up third down and goal from about the 5. So as I said before, this Notre Dame team came in banged up, and it's only gotten worse. Cody Henry has exited this game on the sideline, and now Sanders Jr. down on the sideline with an injury. Rowland takes the snap, throws, complete, into the end zone for the touchdown. Roman Volpe on the catch from Andrew Rowland. 23-0 Avon. And for the point after is Williams. He's been perfect so far on these. But a ground ball there causes him to fall on it. And the score will remain 23-0. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Casella Waste, our scoreboard sponsor for this season. Also, the Livingston County Board of Supervisors, proud to support the return of youth sports. Also, Remedy Staffing, hiring for all shifts. Berkshire Hathaway, Zambito Realtors, T.F. Brown's Restaurant in Batavia, Mancuso Real Estate, Georgian Swede Sales and Service, a full-service equipment dealership in Pavilion, New York. Also, BlueDumpster.com. Roll-off dumpster service, 585-768-7806. Also, Bubba's Landscape in Leroy. Spend less time on lawn care and more time doing the things you love. Lathan Tree Service in Leroy. Complete tree care, free estimates, and fully insured. Empire Tractor in Batavia. We're here to help you grow. Stay tuned for the player of the game coming up later on near the end of this one. I can almost assure you it's going to be an Avon player. So here we go, 3:38 left in this first half. It's taken a while this first half as Avon has just been absolutely rolling the Irish, who are dropping like flies. And that's going to be a timeout called by the Braves. All right, so out of the timeout, 3:38 still remains here as the Braves get set to kick it away. Looks like Sanders Jr. has gotten up off the ground on the far side and made his way to the bench as a roller there goes to the Irish, picked up by Warner, who takes it forward to the 45-yard line and brought down at about the 47. And that's where Notre Dame will begin its drive. First and 10 coming up for Notre Dame. A big drive coming up for the Irish, in need of points to close this first half, which has been a first half to forget for this team. 3.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Fanera under center, takes the snap, turns around, hands it to Warner. But he's driven back, and that's a loss on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12. Aiden Reed on the stop for the Braves. Irish make their way to the line. 2nd and about 12 or 13 now, inside 3 minutes to go. Fanera turns around, fakes the handoff, rolling to the right side, looking to throw, finds his man. He's got him, Hayden Groff. That's a first down and out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. So Groff with a first down reception, and now the Irish are on the move inside Braves territory. 2.5 minutes to go here. Notre Dame looking to not go down without a fight here in this first half. Looking to squeeze something out of it here late in the second quarter. Fanera hands it off to Warner. Met at the line of scrimmage, but able to surge forward for about a gain of 1. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Inside 2 minutes left in the second quarter. 2nd and 9 for the Irish. Fanera under center. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out, avoiding pressure. Jukes a man in the backfield, but eventually brought under tackle. That's going to be a sack for Lucas Finley. So 3rd and 13 coming up now for Notre Dame. Now inside a minute remaining here in the first half. 3rd and 13 for Notre Dame. Put a timeout on the field called by the Irish. That's their final timeout of this first half. And before we head to break, why don't we tell you about our sponsors once again? Casella Waste, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. The Livingston County Board of Supervisors, proud to support the return of youth sports. Also Remedy Staffing, hiring for all shifts. Berkshire Hathaway, Home Services, and Zambito Realtors. TF Brown's Restaurant in Batavia. Mancuso Real Estate. Let Rick Mancuso and Mike Sisson help you succeed. Also, George and Swede Sales and Service in Pavilion, now selling the latest in Yanmar construction equipment. Also, BlueDumpster.com, roll-off dumpster service, 585-768-7806, a family-owned business. Also, Bubba's Landscape, spend less time on lawn care and more time doing the things you love. Lathan Tree Service in Leroy, 585-768-2278, complete tree care, free estimates, and fully insured. Empire Tractor in Batavia. So here we go. 3rd and 13, 44.4 remaining in this first half. We'll see if the Irish can do anything with this just under a minute to go here in the half. Fanera takes the snap, rolling out, looking to go down the field, but it's thrown short as he was under pressure and knocked to the ground. He was trying to get it to Zambito there. Good pressure there from Logan Austin. And it's now going to be 4th and 13 for the Irish. So it looks like the Irish are going to go for it on 4th and 13. Snap, turn around, fakes the handoff, play action. Fanera under pressure once again, avoiding tacklers, able to get away. But he's wrapped up and brought down behind the line of scrimmage, and a flag comes in as Xavier Rivera was in on the tackle. He may have gotten a horse collar tackle there. We'll see what the call is. No, we have a block in the back called on Notre Dame, and now another flag is thrown for an unsportsmanlike conduct called on the Irish. So from bad to worse here, things go for Notre Dame, and now with 27.8 to go, it's going to be 4th down and a couple miles here. As it appeared as if Eric Ricks Jr. was trying to plead the Irish case there, but to no avail as the unsportsmanlike conduct stands, and the officials are going to mark it off. Okay, so they declined the block in the back, and the unsportsmanlike conduct was added on after the play. So the Braves take over here, final 27 seconds. Rowland tried to get it ahead to Michael Rowland, but it falls incomplete. So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Braves. Rowland drops back, under pressure, up in the air, and it falls incomplete. Zambito was there on the coverage. Looked like the pass was intended for Roman Volpe. And now there's 16.1 to go in this marathon first half. Welch in the backfield with Rowland. 16 seconds to go here in the first half. Rowland takes the snap. It's a high snap, but he gets it away. Down the middle of the field, a juggling attempted catch, but it falls incomplete as Volpe was the intended target. And now that's going to leave 9 seconds remaining in the half. 4th down coming up. Rowland out of the shotgun. 9 seconds to go. Looking deep down the middle. He's got his man, but just out of the reach of Anthony Woodworth.
He was intended number 11, Anthony Woodworth.
So 2 seconds remaining. Notre Dame's going to take over with a 1st and 10. And I believe we'll just see them either run it or kneel it out to send this one into halftime. It's been a long, long, long and cold, cold, cold first half here at Avon High School. Two things that don't mix very well together. Notre Dame will take a knee. That's going to do it for the first half here. We've reached the halftime break with the score 23-0 in favor of the Braves. Before we take a break, we'd like to once again thank our sponsors, beginning with Casella Waste, your #1 service provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster, or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste for the best rates and service around. Casella, always putting your waste to work. Call 585-308-0662 today for a quote. Also, the Livingston County Board of Supervisors are proud supporters of local student athletes. Visit their website or Facebook page for upcoming information for their Livingston County area businesses, residents, and visitors. Livingston County celebrating 200 years. To learn more about the history, visit www.livingstoncounty.us. Also, Remedy Staffing, a full-service staffing agency that matches applicants with jobs in Livingston and Genesee County. Remedy recruits for local businesses offering temporary, temp-to-hire, and direct-hire jobs in manufacturing, including entry-level, clerical, or skilled roles. If you are a Livingston County resident, call 585-226-6090. If you reside in Genesee County, dial 585-219-4096 for more information. Also, Zambito Realty, whether you're in the market for a home, commercial property, farmland, or investment property, Zambito Realtors is the right choice for you. Contact one of their experienced agents to get started today. You'll find their agents friendly and courteous and always willing to assist you in finding the property that meets your needs. Located in the heart of Medina, you can reach them on their Facebook page. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Zambito Realtors, online at www.zambitorealtors.com or by dialing 585-798-9898. Also, TF Brown's Restaurant in Batavia, 214 East Main Street, is the same location that housed the Mancuso family's first venture into the food business in 1930 and has been the home of TF Brown's for over 25 years. Whether you're looking for a great place for lunch or dinner, a place to relax and enjoy a beverage, or a place to hold any type of party or get-together, TF Brown's is ready to meet your needs and budget. Also, Mancuso Real Estate, proudly serving Batavia and Genesee County since 1911. Mancuso Real Estate is a full-service commercial and residential real estate brokerage firm. Call 345-1000 to let Rick Mancuso and Mike Sisson help you succeed. Also, George & Swede Sales and Service, a full-service equipment dealership located in Pavilion, New York. Established in 1983, George & Swede has been providing exceptional sales, rentals, parts, and service in the Western New York area for over 35 years. Call or visit George & Swede at 7155 Big Tree Road in Pavilion, 585-584-3425, or log on to www.georgeandswede.com. Also, BlueDumpster.com. Are you in need of next-day service with reasonable rates? Contact BlueDumpster.com. Their roll-off dumpster service is family-owned, and they stand behind their service. Visit Blue Dumpster on their Facebook page or website, www.bluedumpster.com, or call 585-768-7806. With next-day service, convenient credit card billing, and upfront pricing, Blue Dumpster believes you'll be more than satisfied with what they offer. Visit www.bluedumpster.com today. Bubba's Landscape in Leroy. Contact Bubba's for all your residential and commercial lawn treatment needs. You will spend less time on lawn care and more time doing things you love. Call now for an estimate, 585-768-6578. Also, Lathan Tree Service. Since 1971, Lathan's mission has never changed, and that's to provide top quality, value-based tree care for our customers. Find out why thousands of customers have entrusted Lathan Tree Service by calling 585-768-2278 or finding them on the web at www.lathantree.com. Last but not least, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is also proud to sell Dixie Choppers zero-turn mowers, the world's fastest mower, and are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Check out their website at www.empiretractor.com or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds on Route 5 in Batavia. Be sure to stay tuned near the end of the game for the player of today's game, brought to you by Casella Waste. Casella, always putting your waste to work. 2 score updates for you already before this game started. Alexander versus Lions awarded a win to Alexander due to a Lions forfeit, and York Pavilion versus Bolivar Richburg postponed due to COVID-19 issues. We have Livonia ahead by 2 at the halftime break over Dansville, 8-6 in that game. A snow-covered field at Livonia. One of the few teams, I believe, to be playing on natural grass at this point of the season. So those are a few updates from around the league, and we'd also like to remind you to check out Inside High School Sports every Thursday at 7 p.m. on the Batavia Daily News Facebook page. This week, the show will be posted at 8:30 p.m., right around the end of this game, so be sure to check that out. This week we featured the Oakfield Alabama football team, which is off to a 2-0 start to the season. Also, be sure to log on to the dailynewsonline.com as well as the lcn.com for all pregame and postgame coverage of Fall 2 high school sports. Our live stream schedule continues tomorrow with a doubleheader beginning with Oakfield Alabama taking on Canisteo Greenwood. That's a battle of 2-0 teams at 3 p.m. from Vandetta Stadium, and it's followed by the nightcap, the host Batavia Blue Devils taking on Section 6 foe Burgard at 6:30 p.m. Both games will be streamed live on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. We take a quick break here from Avon High School. 23-0. Braves running away with this one. All right, and we're back here at Avon High School, where the Braves' lead is 23-0 over defending Class D champion Notre Dame, which has seen plenty of its important players drop like flies over last week and this week. Starting quarterback Colin McCulley lost last week due to injury, and this week they've lost Mark Sanders Jr. as well as Cody Henry, two senior skill players for this team. So Notre Dame nursing plenty, and it's shown here this evening as, boy, have they struggled mightily. It's been all Avon in the first half. Andrew Rowland leading the way from the quarterback position. Thomas Welch also getting in on the action. And Carson Williams, a solid first half, kicking the ball. And, of course, you can't fail to mention that Avon defense has just been dominant in the early going here. So 24 minutes remain as the wind is just barreling down on me inside the press box. We have the window open, and it's acting as like a jet stream here. So apologize if I lose my breath. It feels like I'm skiing going down a Black Diamond Hill with this wind coming into my face. Definitely not ideal conditions for a spring football game, but who's worried about me? If you're smart, you're worried about these kids out here freezing their butts off, trying to come away with a win. And Notre Dame going to look to continue to battle here in the second half despite the large deficit. Aiden Sisson set to kick it away for the Irish to begin this second half. Once again, like to send a shout out to the Avon Buildings and Grounds crew for clearing the way for this contest here tonight. There was snow covering this field about an hour and a half ago, but a solid plow job removed all the snow and got things ready just in time for kickoff here. Also like to thank the Avon administration for setting us up inside the press box. It's freezing up here, but I can only imagine how much colder it would be outside. So here we go. Kick is away from Sisson, and on the return will come Anthony Woodworth. Avon able to work it up near the 35-yard line, and we're underway here in the second half. Told you plenty about our sponsors in the first half. We'll continue to tell you about them here in the second half. Obviously, Casella Waste, our scoreboard sponsor that you've seen on the bottom of the screen throughout tonight's broadcast. We'll also be awarding the Casella Waste Player of the Game at the end of this one. And to be honest with you, it might have to go to the Avon defense as a whole. I don't know if we can do that, but we might consider that. I know that each player of the game does get a $25 gift certificate to TF Brown, so I don't think that would work as far as giving the whole team $25, but it's just been a collective effort here for Avon. Really, no player has stood out above the rest, and that's kind of how head coach Andy Englert likes it. Just win by committee here. He's got talent all over the field, smart football players who are committed to the process here, and it's really shown in the early going as the Braves are on their way to a 3-0 record to begin the year. Rowland takes the snap, hands it off to Welch. Story was there for the tackle, but Welch able to work his way past him for an additional about 7 yards, and that's going to be a first down for the Braves. First and 10 from the 46 now. As the clock starts once again. Hopefully a quicker second half than we had in the first half. It was a marathon first half. Felt like it would never end. A bunch of penalties. I believe all timeouts used except for one on Avon's side. And an injury as well. Avon takes a snap. Handoff is to Welch. Spinning his way forward. A nice gain for Thomas Welch across the 40. Didn't make it across the 40, near the 40. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 5.
It'll be 2nd down and 4 from the 40-yard line.
Rowland barking out directions. Welch switches sides. He'll be the lead blocker for Rowland here, who finds room into the secondary. But he's brought down by Joe DeRizio.
He was brought down by number 24, Vincent DeRizio.
Excuse me, Vincent DeRizio.
That is a first down
I
carry.
had Joe DeRizio. I'm thinking hockey here.
First and 10 from the Batavia Notre Dame 28-yard line.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Braves, who are on the move, working their way deep inside Braves territory. Ball at about the 28. Rowland awaiting the shotgun snap. Rowland takes the snap, hands to Welch. Nice room for Welch to work with. And now Welch falling forward inside the 10.
That is a first down carry. It will be
And another first down for the Braves. 1st and goal coming up. From about the 9-yard line, Braves looking to add to their lead, already ahead 23-0. Rowland trying the hard count once again. Hasn't had much success with that this game. It's about the only thing that Avon hasn't had success with. Rowland takes the snap, hands it to Welch. Trying to find the edge, wrapped up, but able to escape, and now finding his way toward the goal line. Looked like it was Dalton Ham there on the initial surge, but he couldn't wrap him up.
it is 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
And it's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 1 for the Braves now. A nice run from Welch. A brief delay, an official's timeout, but get back going here. Rowland awaits the shotgun snap. Takes it, hands it to Welch across the goal line. Thomas Welch into the end zone for the Avon touchdown. The route continues. Avon 29-0. And Williams on to try the point after. Williams, the kick is up. The kick is good. Carson Williams has been solid tonight for the Braves. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Casella Waste, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. The Livingston County Board of Supervisors, a proud supporter of the return of youth sports. Remedy Staffing, hiring for all shifts. Apply today at www.remedystaffing.com. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and Zambito Realtors, 11228 Maple Ridge Road in Medina. T.F. Brown's Restaurant in Batavia, whether you need an ice-cold beverage or whether you need an entree, anything. Beautiful selections at T.F. Brown's. Mancuso Real Estate in Batavia, real property solutions since 1911. Georgian Swede Sales and Service in Pavilion, now selling the latest Yanmar construction equipment. BlueDumpster.com, commercial and residential services available. Bubba's Landscape in Leroy, spend less time on lawn care and more time doing the things you love. Lathan Tree Service in Leroy, complete tree care, free estimates, and fully insured. And last but not least, Empire Tractor, we're here to help you grow. So it's looking more and more like Welch may be our player of the game here tonight. But plenty of time remaining, 7:59 left in this third quarter. as that one is kicked away and it rolls out of bounds. So the Irish are going to take over now.
Batavia Notre Dame will take over first and 10 from the 35-yard line.
So Irish drive start from their own 35. Just about 8 minutes remaining in the third. Fanera under center. Takes the snap, turns around, hands it to Warner. Able to break through the first wave of tacklers, but driven back. Nolan Clare in there. The ball appeared to come out. And Clare recovered it, but looked like Warner was down on the play. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 9, 1 yard gain for Warner. Excuse me. Nose is running a bit here with the wind blowing in on me. Gonna need a Mucinex after this one, I think. No, not one of our sponsors. Surprisingly, it seems like we have all of Livingston and Genesee County sponsoring this game. We love our sponsors at the Batavia Daily News. Fanera going deep. Well short, was looking for Story. It's going to bring up a 3rd and let's call it 7. Yeah, let's call it 8, actually. 3rd and 8. So not much going on in this game. Seems to be decided, but look at that sunset, folks. My goodness gracious. Doesn't get better than that. Yeah. Only if it were 40 degrees warmer, I guess. It is not warm here at Avon High School, which I'm sure you're aware. Under 7 minutes to play. Shotgun snap coming up for the Irish. Fanera there to take it. Grabs it with one hand, swings it out, but falls incomplete. Was looking for Ryan Fitzpatrick. And that's going to bring up 4th and 8 now.
Plays that take 4 seconds and stuff. That's not what we want.
Today, so to add insult to injury in this one, I've recently discovered that Tom Walls is closed at 8 o'clock. So kind of a letdown there for me. And kind of a question mark for me. 8 o'clock seems a little bit early. As Notre Dame punts it away. It gets by Welch, but the Braves are able to fall on it. Sorry for the shoddy camera work there. So the Braves are going to take over. 1st and 10, 6:43 to go in the third. It's a little bit too tropical of a song for what we're experiencing here. But hey, I guess we're trying to will our way to warmer pastures, I guess. All right, here we go. Braves drive will begin with a shotgun snap and a run from Rowland. Tripped up, but able to keep his footing, nearing the first down marker, able to get past it and near the 40-yard line. So that's going to give Avon a fresh set of downs here. From the 39. Yeah, make it 38. So as we've said before, be sure to tune in to our 2 streams tomorrow. The Oakfield, Alabama Elba Aggies taking on Canisteo Greenwood in a battle of 2-0 teams. That should be a little bit more competitive of a game than we've found here tonight. And then the nightcap, a no contest between Batavia and Burgard of Section 6. Batavia's original opponent, Geneva, was forced to forfeit that game. Welch breaking into the secondary here, and he's tripped up by Zambito at about the 37-yard line. Another first down for the Braves. .6:10 to go here in this third quarter as the Braves just keep it on the ground and look to work the time off. But with all these big plays, we could be in for another long half here, folks. So strap yourselves in. Rowland takes the snap. Able to find the edge. And he's chopped down by Story. And another first down for the Braves. But a flag is down, a holding call on Avon. Something else that will grind this game to an even further halt as the Braves are set back. And they're going to replay first down here. First and 9 coming up for the Braves. 5:43 to go here in the third. Excuse me, started the clock a little prematurely there. Rowland working the hard count once again. Takes the snap, hands it to Welch. Nice burst for Thomas Welch. Makes it about a 2nd and 3 coming up for the Braves.
That goes for 7 yards. It is 2nd and 2.
Rowland takes the snap, looking for the edge, finds it, nearing the sideline, gets a first down and much more before he's pushed out of bounds.
It'll be 1st and 10 on the Batavia Notre Dame 7-yard line.
I know, he was able to stay inbounds, so the clock will continue to roll. 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Braves working the play clock here. Rowland takes the snap, hands it to Welch through the middle. Like a hot knife through butter, Welch diving for the end zone. Is he in? No, just a bit short. First and goal from the 1. Rowland out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it to Welch, met in the backfield, breaks free, into the end zone for a touchdown. Thomas Welch, another score here for the Braves, who lead 36-0. what a night for Thomas Welch as Williams puts it up and in for the point after. 37-0 now, Braves dominating the Irish. So Welch solidifying himself as the top candidate for our Casella Waste Player of the Game. Casella, your number one provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Also the Livingston County Board of Supervisors, Remedy Staffing, Zambito Realtors, TF Brown's Restaurant, Mancuso Real Estate, George and Swede Sales and Service, BlueDumpster.com, Bubba's Landscape, Lathan Tree Service, and Empire Tractor. And as we mentioned before, the player of the game brought to you by Casella Waste to be named near the end of this one. So stay tuned for that coming up in the closing minutes. So the Irish will get the ball back in a deep, deep, deep hole. 37-0. They trail the Braves. Looking to go to 3-0 are the Braves. So the kickoff from Williams is on the ground and fielded by Warner. He pushes his way ahead. He finds room. Dylan Warner near the sideline, inside the 20, nearing the 10, and he's pushed out of bounds. A huge burst for Dylan Warner, and the Irish are in business for the first time tonight. So Dylan Warner showing signs of life here for Notre Dame. And don't say, or never say never, as as I reset the clock, as the Irish are closing in on the end zone here. Ball is spotted at about the 12. 1st and 10. Fanera takes the snap, hands it to Warner. Trying to break through, but he's met at the line, dropped for no gain.
Ball carried by number 33, Dylan Warner. That was number 66, Hayden Reed.
Quick update from Livonia. Bulldogs ahead 16-6 now over Dansville. .245 remaining in this third quarter. Fanera under center. Takes the snap. Turns around. Looking to throw. Fanera evading pressure. And he's brought down right near the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10 now. Excuse this, folks. As the nose continues to run like the clock here at Avon High School. 3rd and around 10, but we'll call it 9. Fanera takes the snap, dropping back off his back foot, has a man, but couldn't link up with Zambito. So that one falls incomplete with 1:43 remaining, and it's now going to be a 4th and 9 for the Irish. So a timeout called by the Irish, their first of this second half. They have 2 remaining now, as 1:43 remains in this third quarter. So a couple more notes from around Section 5. It's not a Section 5 contest, but local wrestlers participating in the Journeyman Wrestling New York State Championships in Pennsylvania, of all places, this weekend. A few Glow Region grapplers on the mat looking to seal up a state championship. Although there was no New York State Public High School Athletic Association championships, they're still able to compete thanks to Journeyman Wrestling. So look forward to coverage of that event on the Daily News and the LCN.com. Also, Section 6 began its football season tonight. The Medina Mustangs in action against Newfane. That game was in doubt for a brief moment as snow was pretty much relentless in Medina earlier today, but it was able to stop early enough. They cleared the field, and I believe they were underway a bit ago at Veterans Memorial Park. So 1:43 remaining in this third quarter. 4th and 9 coming up for the Irish. Fanera takes the snap, gets it away to Warner, who's met immediately upon catching the ball. Or no, he didn't catch it. Incomplete. Thomas Welch. Fantastic defense he adds to what's been a fantastic night for the Braves running back linebacker. 1st and 10 coming up for the Braves. Excuse me, Welch, a running back, defensive back. So the snap, Rowland takes it up the middle, bursting forward for a solid gain of about 7 yards. So 2nd and 3 with time winding down here in the third. As the wind seems to have died down, no longer pelting me directly in the face. It's either changed direction or slowed down, which I'm extremely grateful for. 1 minute to go here in the third. 37-0 lead for the Braves. It's been a destruction by Avon here. As Welch pushes his way forward, another first down for Avon. So 1st and 10 for the Braves. Once again, time winding down here inside a minute to go in the third. Probably one more snap needed from the Braves before this period comes to a close. As Avon really is just playing against themselves here down the stretch. Looking not to close this game with any mistakes or injuries especially, as they near a 3-0 mark to begin the year. Rowland takes the snap, off tackle, finds a big hole. He's brought down by DeRizio along with Story, and a late flag comes flying in. Not exactly what anybody was looking for with 9 seconds to go here in the first half, but another flag on the field. So not only do we have the flag, we have another long discussion between the officials. We'll see what the call is. Holding on the Braves. So the Braves are going to be set back here. But no, a face mask as well on the Irish, so offsetting penalties. And that's going to put the ball at... Yes, replay the down. So 1st and 10, 9 seconds to go here in the third. Last play of the quarter. God willing. No, we didn't need a play. End of the third. We head to the fourth. Avon well out in front, 37-0. Uh-oh. We got a little Super Bowl halftime show, a little weekend. Uh-oh, strobe light. All we need is a disco ball. We're staying lively here in the box at Avon High School. It hasn't been a great game, but we're having fun anyway. And boy, we can't thank our sponsors enough. All right, 1st and 10 coming up to begin the 4th quarter as the Braves deep inside Notre Dame territory, but looking to add to their lead. All right, and it looks like we're going to have a running clock here perhaps for the 4th quarter, as the clock started before the first snap of the frame. Ball is out. Who's got it? Notre Dame does. The Irish recover the fumble. So no running clock, but it did start before we had our first snap of this quarter, so a little liberal with the clock here in the 37-0 game as it winds again. 11:25 and counting as the Irish looking for their first points of the game off the Braves turnover. DeRizio in the backfield in front of Warner. Venera takes the snap, hands it to Warner, off tackle, finds room, approaching a first down, and he gets it. A nice gain for Dylan Warner, one of the few bright spots in this game for the Irish. The big kick return and a few nice gains on offense for Warner. He's had himself a nice start to this season amidst what's been a growing number of injuries for Notre Dame. Handoff up the middle. A little bit of a gain. Warner once again. So that will bring up a 2nd and 6 now. Tell you what, with Tom Walls being closed, that throws a complete monkey wrench into my dinner plans. So I'm definitely taking all options. If you have any advice for me where to go for dinner, be sure to give me a quick message. I may have to stop down, to TF Brown's in Batavia. I don't know if I can make it back, though. TF Brown's, delicious wings, beef on weck, everything there at TF Brown's. Something that Thomas Welch is going to enjoy plenty of. Or maybe his parents. As Venera gets it away, but it falls incomplete. Warner couldn't come up with it.
Here's his father.
We have a gentleman in the press box already trying to squeeze in for the TF Browns gift card. Trying to pawn it off on, or trying to, I don't even know what the word is. It's so cold, my brain is frozen. So 8.5 now to go in this game. Fanera takes the snap, looking for a man over the middle. Welch comes in and knock it away. Another play made by Thomas Welch. Excuse me for the down and distance. 4th and 6 now. Coming up for the Irish as the clock continues to wind. We're nearing 8 minutes to go. Peppermint on Route 5.
That's a good call.
An option here that I've been provided with. And Avon girls basketball coach Pete Leone seconds that, sends his endorsement. But I think I'm going to have to go with TF Browns. I really do. They do such a good job sponsoring us. I think I'm going to have to wait it out, go all the way down 20 and 63 into Batavia, and enjoy some food. Fanera into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. Alonzo Story on the reception. That's Jimmy Fanera's first touchdown pass of his career. Congratulations to Fanera in what is otherwise a lopsided game in favor of Avon. So a bright spot here for the Irish as Fanera tosses it into the end zone to Story, and the Irish are on the board now, 37-6. And that's going to be an offside penalty on the Irish. So the two teams will reset here. A lot of advocates for the running clock in the press box and beyond here. The clock is stopped for the time being as Fanera takes the snap, drops back, looking for the two-point throw, and it's picked off. And Avon thinks it's the NFL, and they're trying to return it, but whistle blown, and play is dead. Rowland on the interception with 7:11 to go, 37-6, Irish on the board. They avoid the shutout. Probably the only saving grace that the Irish have tonight is the fact that they avoided the shutout. So 7 straight quarters without allowing a point for the Braves comes to a close here with 7:11 to go in the fourth. Only 18 points allowed by this Braves defense through 3 games thus far. So we'll see if we get that running clock. I think this is the first running clock I've ever seen in a high school football game. But I'm not going to be one to argue. I'll tell you that much right now. TF Brown sounds too delicious. So Aiden Sisson getting ready to kick it away for Notre Dame. A nice Nice kick from Sisson. Inside the 30, fielded on the run by Woodworth. Able to push his way near the 40. And once again, we'll thank our sponsors, Casella Waste, who sponsors our player of the game. Also the Livingston County Board of Supervisors. Good luck to all of our local players. Remedy Staffing, apply today, www.remedystaffing.com. Zambito Realtors in Medina. TF Browns, which you've heard plenty about here tonight. Mancuso Real Estate, let Rick Mancuso and Mike Sisson help you succeed. George and Swede Sales and Service in Pavilion, selling the latest in Yanmar construction equipment. Also, BlueDumpster.com, roll-off dumpster service, available at 585-768-7806. Also, Bubba's Landscape in Leroy, and we pause a moment for the first play of the drive. And the handoff goes for very little. Also, Lathan Tree Service in Leroy, complete tree care, free estimates, and fully insured. 585-768-2278. And Empire Tractor, we're here to help you grow. 5072 East Main Street in Batavia, 585-343-1822. And I'm getting lazy with the down and distance. We have a 2nd and 10 coming up. And I also have gotten a little bit ahead of myself with the game clock. So 5:50 left in this game. Clock continuing to wind. Welch takes the snap. Welch with a good gain up the middle. Right off the back of Matt Wade, who was in front of him, clearing the way. 3rd and 2 now coming up for the Braves. And the wind changing direction and not in a good way. Not sure there's any clothes left in my closet, to be honest with you, but still I'm a little bit chilly. 3rd and 2, 5:15 remaining here. As the Braves just working the game clock, looking to escape this game without any injuries. Notre Dame has not been as lucky. Snap to Welch. Burst up the middle, just past the first down marker. 1st and 10 coming up for the Braves inside 5 minutes to play. So I think now is as good as a time as any to award the Casella Waste Player of the Game. Thomas Welch, I think we've already pretty much given that away, but boys, he had himself a fine game. Multiple touchdowns on offense, a couple of pass breakups, many important tackles. So Thomas Welch, an all-around performance here tonight. Your Casella Waste Player of the Game. Casella, always putting your waste to work. Welch takes the snap, hands it off to Wade. Wade barreling ahead near the first down marker. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 3. So I think this is what everybody in attendance wants. Avon to keep the ball, continuing to milk the clock here. And what's been a blowout performance on part of the Braves. Looking to advance to 3-0. Notre Dame will fall to 1-2, coming off a Class D championship last year. Injuries have played a major part in the Notre Dame Fighting Irish struggles to begin the year. 2 unbeaten teams elsewhere in Class D. Oakfield, Alabama, Elba, and Canisteo, Greenwood, 2 teams that you'll see on the field tomorrow at Vandetta Stadium as Wade loses the ball. Who's got it? And Avon recovers. So 1st and 10 for the Braves. But as I was saying, 2 unbeaten Class D teams tomorrow on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. An early evening matchup, 3 p.m. kickoff from Vendetta Stadium in Batavia. Oakfield, Alabama taking Elba, taking on Canisteo Greenwood. And one thing you'll want to watch out of that game, Ty Mott, senior running back for OAE, 10 touchdowns through 2 games thus far this season, already close to 500 yards on the ground. So an explosive start to the season for Mott. And if he keeps up this pace, I'm sure you'll see him take home Class D Player of the Year honors offensively, but obviously a long way still to go. He's on pace for 30 touchdowns this season. Not sure if he'll quite get there, but we'll see. Inside 2 minutes to play now, as Avon is faced with a 2nd and 11. And obviously after that Class D matchup, the nightcap at Vendetta Stadium tomorrow, Class B, Batavia taking on Burgard of Section 6. Burgard was looking for a game, and also Batavia was as well, after Geneva was forced to forfeit their matchup with the Blue Devils this week. So another first down for the Braves, and I bet you'll see them go into victory formation here. It's just been a complete one-sided effort here at Avon High School. The Braves impressive on their way to 3-0. And as we await the final couple of knees here, we'd like to thank our sponsors once again, because without our sponsors, we would not be able to bring you these high school football broadcasts. Casella Waste, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Also, the Livingston County Board of Supervisors. Remedy Staffing. Berkshire Hathaway and Zambito Realtors. T.F. Brown's Restaurant. Mancuso Real Estate. Georgian Swede Sales and Service. BlueDumpster.com. Bubba's Landscape. Lathan Tree Service. And Empire Tractor. Your player of the game tonight, Thomas Welch of Avon, as the Braves take home a 37-6 win over the Irish. The Braves improve to 3-0. The Irish fall to 1-2. And that's going to do it here from Avon High School. Avon 37, Notre Dame 6 before we sign off. We'd once again like to thank the Avon administration for setting us up here inside the press box. It's been a fun night, especially if you're a Braves fan, and we look forward to our next game tomorrow at 3 p.m. at Vendetta Stadium. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. My name's Alex Brasky. We'll see you next time.